he emphasized the value of the power of prayer. And that's what we were talking about in the beginning. I don't think a lot of times we realize how critical our prayer life is. And the bad thing about it is that many people do not have a prayer life. And I often tell people, I was telling them in seminary school, I call them drive-by prayers, because if you thinking just passing by, just saying you a quick prayer, it's not that it's bad. At least you're talking to God, but it comes to a season of your life where God is requiring more. And we should be in that place to where we give God more, to where we are intentional about our time with God. Because when you are intentional about your time with God, God is intentional about the assignment that he gives you to do. God needs to be able to trust you with what it is that he's giving you to do. But how can he trust you if you don't even take time for him? You're not even intentional about making the time for God. I was telling a testimony a few weeks ago where I was telling them, I said, we were stationed in Indiana. A lot of things were happening in our world at the time. I was in school and I was finishing my academic year of residency. My brother had passed away. There was a whole lot of things going on, yet we were still trying to be everything to the church and everything to the people and everything to everybody. And I told him, I said, there was a time where God would call me in the middle of the night and say, get up and come talk to me. It could be 2:00 in the morning. God and I, we're going at it in the closet, literally laying on my face. And God is just giving me things for months and Sundays and years to come. And I say it came a point to where I began to get up and I said, good morning, God. And I'm talking to God in passing. And I said, I noticed it was a specific day where God did not respond back to me. And in that day, it had me off kilter for the whole entire day, because I'm like, I knew that it was not God that had messed up, but I did. It was me, because we serve a jealous God. And so the time that I was spending with God, I began to replace it with something else. So I'm talking to God in passing. I go to work and I'm still talking to God, and God is quiet. He didn't say anything. And then I'm coming back home from work after a long day, and I'm coming back in the house. I'm getting ready. She was a baby at the time. We're getting ready to get her ready for her bath. And I'm like, God, that's how I've been talking to you all day, and you didn't say anything back to me. I'm telling you, anytime you have a relationship with God and an intimacy with God, it comes to a point to where anytime that relationship is even a little bit off, you know it. And it makes you feel some type of way. It puts you in a mood, because you know that there is something that has separated you and God. There's a gap there. And so when that happened, I told God, I said, God, I said, you didn't say anything to me all day long. And then God says, he says, even those who profess to know me, yet they have no time. He said, the closer you got to them, the more distant you became from me. There's a fine line between serving me versus serving man. Because we were under the impression that we're in church, we're doing all these good things, we're doing all these good deeds. This is God. God is saying nothing replaced the time with me. You can do all the good things you want to. You can have all the different events that you want to. None of that replaces the quality time with me.